Hi, it's Gordon Robb. Welcome to my Mounjaro Monday. I've had a bit of a disaster. Over 45 injections since I started taking Mounjaro, and for the first time ever, I had a problem. So I want to tell you about that. Before I do that, I just want to give you a quick update on things, talk about what's happened over the last few weeks, give you some update on the channel, and then I'll get into it. First off, the channel has continued to grow. It's only less than a couple of months since we hit the 5,000 subscribers mark, and we're now quite a bit over 7,000, so thanks for that. I kind of want to go for 10,000 subscribers now by the end of the year, and if you're not a subscriber, you can help. Consider subscribing. It will really help the channel. And also the channel's just tipped over 500,000 views this year, so I'm kind of thinking we should go for 1 million views this year. So again, if you're watching this and you're not a subscriber, then hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to like whenever you watch some of these videos and find them useful. So last couple of weeks have been quite interesting in that I've had probably fairly consistent time not losing weight. If I'm honest, and I look into it, I have been a bit lazy. I've not really been trying. I had this DEXA scan planned, which I'll talk about in a minute, and I kind of thought, I really want to find out where things are. I really want to find out how much fat I've got. I really want to find out what my plan needs to be. And as a result of that, I think I kind of took the eye off the ball a bit. So once I get the results in from the DEXA scan, I'll really be able to focus in on the subject of the DEXA scan. I went there on Wednesday, what a place, and managed to get the DEXA scan. Unfortunately, the doctor who reviews the scan and produces the report was off, so he won't be back. I think it's this next week, so it could be a week or two before I get that report. When I get the report, I'll make sure and do a video on it, talking about what it's telling me and what that tells me in terms of what my plans need to be. But it was an interesting experience. Other than that, no real update. I'm still on 7.5 milligrams. I'm still taking it every 4 days. I'm not sure I talked about going up to 4 days. I went up to 4 days because I felt on 5 days it was beginning to wear off, and I didn't want to up the dose, so slight tweak in the frequency, which is taking me now to about the same as I would be on if I was on 12.5 milligrams, somewhere between 12.5 and 15. So I really don't want to go up any further or any more frequently. I reckon if the DEXA scan tells me what I think it's going to tell me, I've got another 2-3 months of weight loss before I need to start thinking about tapering and coming off Mounjaro. Exercise-wise, if you follow any of my climbing stuff, climbing continues to improve. I managed, for the first time in the last few weeks, I managed my first pull-up. Not ever. I could do pull-ups in my 20s, but my first pull-up in recent decades. In fact, I can now do 2. And I can now hang off a 20 mil edge with 10-15 kilos, which is superb. So my climbing, which is why I'm doing this in the first place. I know there's all sorts of other health benefits, but what brought me to this was being sick of dragging my fat ass up a wall. So so that's working. So on to my big disaster. I've taken, I think I counted it as 43 injections since I started Mounjaro, and I've never had an issue. I've never had any pain. I've had the odd batch of needles that I could feel the injection going in, and some which caused a little bit of blood, but I've never had any problems with it. But my last injection, 2 things were different about it. One, when I started to inject, I could actually feel it, and I mean feel it as in a slight pressure. I'm not sure if I'd call it pain, but it was slight pressure. And the other is, once I rubbed the injection site, I could actually feel a lump. I could actually feel where the Mounjaro had gone in. I mean, it dissipated, but one of two possibilities, and I think it's the latter. Either I've gone through subcutaneous fat into muscle, or the opposite, I've not gone in far enough. I was very, very focused on going in at an angle, and I'm just wondering now whether I went into too steep an angle or didn't pinch enough. My problem is, and I'll stand up and film this while I talk. My problem is that I feel like I've got a lot of fat, but it could be all skin. When I sit and hold my gut, there seems to be loads of fat, but when I actually tense my abdomen muscles, there's not much, and it could just be thick skin. So I need to be more careful when I'm injecting, that I'm pinching a bit, but definitely going into subcutaneous fat. I also need to do some research into what happens once that subcutaneous fat's gone. Any of you out there that are watching this that have lost a lot of weight and don't have a lot of subcutaneous fat around the middle, what are you doing about injecting? Because I'm concerned that even when I'm tapering, I'll be tapering once I've lost enough weight. So I don't envisage I'll have a lot of subcutaneous fat, and I'm not really sure how I continue to inject into subcutaneous fat if there's none there. So let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas, or if you've experienced this, or if you've seen any research, you could maybe direct me to it. I need to find out about that. So my concern with that is, has the injection worked? I don't really know. I'm not really feeling hunger, but what is interesting is 2 nights ago, for the first time in well over 6 months, I not only had the notion and succumbed to the notion to get a Chinese carry-out, I also bought a bar of chocolate. So I'm rationalising that because I've been ill. I've had a really stinking cold, and I was feeling a bit sorry for myself, and I felt like I needed a wee bit of comfort food. But the chocolate, I'm not sure. We're now, when did I inject? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're now 2 days in, and I don't feel like it's not working. I guess the real crux point will be can I make it till Sunday without feeling hungry. But long the short of it is, as I say, I've been on Mounjaro for well over 7 months, over 40 injections, and that was the first one that hurt, and I felt I had screwed up. More care to be taken, I think. I think it's possible I've got a wee bit blasé with the injections, and whilst I still maintain the normal level of cleanliness, I'm a bit concerned that maybe I need to be a wee bit more focused. And also, as I said, I need to do some research into whether I need to find alternative injection sites. But that's it. Coming up, I've got a couple of videos. I've got a couple of videos I want to do. I still need to finish off my 7-day fasting video, which I'll post next week or the week after. Probably about time for me to do another fast. I'm not going to do another 7-day, but I will do a 3, maybe 5-day one. I think that needs to become part of my norm now. Every month, 6 weeks. And when I get the DEXA scan results, I'll put a video out on that. If you have any ideas for videos you'd like me to do, I'm not a massive fan of just these, here's my weekly update when I don't have anything to talk about. So if you have any ideas of anything you'd particularly like me to talk about, then drop me a line in the comments. And if you're not a subscriber, if you're finding my videos useful, please feel free to comment. But also, make sure you click like. That'll help that'll keep the YouTube algorithm at bay. And if you're not a subscriber, it still surprises me with the number of views I've got and the number of subscribers I've got, that around 80% of the people watching my videos aren't subscribers. So if you're one of these, consider subscribing. It'll really help the channel, and it'll help me make more content like this. aside from that, hopefully the next time I inject, I'll get it right. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.